What's up, guys? It's Powerbang here, and I'm bringing you guys another SuperQueen farming video. This time we're focusing on Town Hall 10s with Inferno Towers. It's been one of the most requested topics on my channel, so I wanted to tackle it today. I'll bring you guys a couple of different raids, and I'm going to break down what you're looking for in each base that you're going to attack at Town Hall 10, and also some tips and tricks on how to approach these bases to achieve your goals. So first off, let's look at the attack log. Absolutely killing it up here. Masters 2 still, 4,000, 4,700. Mostly 3,000 raids on all these, several 4,000s. But when you add in the league bonus of 740 Dark Elixir, I mean, we're pulling home, 3,500 to over 5,000 Dark Elixir every single raid. But let's go ahead and step into an attack real quick. I'm going to pause it, and we're going to break down exactly what we're looking for on a Town Hall 10 base. So when you find one that you like, which means, you've got a whole bunch of loot in it, you first want to figure out where that Dark Elixir storage is in the base. Now, when I talk about all this stuff, you're going to have to get good at doing this in a very short amount of time. You have to come up with a plan. You have to determine if that plan is even feasible in 30 seconds while you're trying to scout this base. And because Town Hall 10 raids, they don't take as long because you're just not going to let it develop in the core because of those Inferno Towers. You can take a little bit of extra time scouting at the start of your raid. So the first thing you want to look at is where is that Dark Elixir storage in the base. If it's heavily protected like that Town Hall is between the two Inferno Towers, you probably want to leave the base alone. But if it's, off to a side where only one Inferno Tower is covering it, like in this base, you can approach this from the top. Now, approaching this from the top, that's not going to get you very much percentage. So if your goal is to actually win the raid as well, you're going to want to look at some things that you can do with your archers or minions or whatever you're using for your funnel troops, whatever support troops you're bringing along with you. Where can you pick up some percentage? And on Town Hall 10 bases, it's typically around the trash ring on the outside of the base. So find out where you can pick up some percentage to help you win the raid. In addition to, where that dark storage is, you want to also make sure that the queen is not like right behind it or something. So when you approach this thing from the top left or the top, your queen's going to be standing maybe where that elixir storage is, or maybe where this air defense is. You want to make sure that the enemy queen isn't standing like right behind the dark elixir storage and is going to distract your queen for too long while it's in range of the Inferno Tower. Remember, when that queen gets in range of the Inferno Tower, she cannot be healed, and we're going to talk about how to handle that here in just a moment. So once we figured out, yes, it's a viable raid, yes, we can attack this base, we determine, the angle that we're going to come at the Dark Elixir storage with your queen, and obviously we've talked about on this base, it's going to be from the top. The top left side is going to get you a shot at that Dark Elixir without being affected too much by that Inferno Tower that's below it. But in addition to that, where is all the loot? In this base, there's almost 5,300 Dark Elixir available, and if you look at a Town Hall 10 base, I'm a Town Hall 9, so I know that 3,000 Dark Elixir is the cap. That's the max amount of Dark Elixir that the storages can be holding in a Town Hall 10 base, and because of the Town Hall, the new feature where it's basically acts as a storage, I know that 1/5 of the amount of Dark Elixir in the storages is going to be in that Town Hall. So 600 Dark Elixir will be in the Town Hall. That means 2,400 will be in the other storage right next to it here. That still leaves 2,271 Dark Elixir unaccounted for, and that is going to be in the drills. Now, you check those drills. Notice that one on top is a level 4 drill. It's got that black, footing on it, and you're going to prioritize the black ones a little bit less than you would the gold ones, especially the gold ones with spikes like you see down here on the bottom. So you definitely want to figure out how you can access as many of the drills as possible. And in this raid, you're going to go ahead and see me use archers to go ahead, create the funnel on bottom. I'm accomplishing two things here. I'm picking off trash buildings for percentage by dropping just single troops that are outside the range of the defenses. And I'm doing this on both sides. As you can see, I'm being very efficient with my troops, trying to make sure that I can pick off as much as possible. And then I'm actually going to drop my king in on the bottom. Now, it's not a requirement that you have your king with you, but you're going to see him get dropped right about now, and then some wall breakers are just going to come right behind him and open up that wall. As soon as they do that, I know that my king will pick up those 2 dark elixir drills. So I'm going to zoom out while that happens. On the top, I've dropped some archers to go ahead, clear some buildings, and attack that other dark elixir drill up top because they're out of the range of the defenses. And now I can focus on diving to the dark elixir storage with my queen. So the king picks up the storage on the pump on the bottom. So all pumps are mine at this point. 2,800 dark elixir is in my pocket at this point just from getting those pumps. Now, in addition to that, 35% has already been taken care of. So as long as I can get 15% on my dark elixir storage dive, I'm good to go. So you notice kind of working my way back and forth with the queen. My goal is to break her in the wall here. She starts banging on the wall, so I know she's not going to walk down to pick up this dark barracks. So I drop in some wall breakers to go ahead, open up the wall here. That's going to redirect the queen. Now at this point, I have to make sure that she doesn't, walk around the top. So I've dropped in some archers to kind of help with the funneling process and make sure that, that queen's going to, stay put, not walk around too far. Once I know that she's going to go back to the left, I drop my remaining couple healers. They're going to lock on right now, and now it's just a matter of getting to that dark storage. Now, the angles here are really important, guys. I know that she's going to step away from the core a little bit and not enter as close as she would normally because of this building that was left up out there, and I don't have any more archers to funnel. So I drop the jump spell a little bit delayed. I make sure that, it's going to be up by the time she gets to using it. But she takes out the X-bow, then she takes out the air defense. Notice the healers have not been shot yet by the X-bow or the air defense or anything. But that queen is now locked on to the elixir storage, and the next closest building is either going to be that mortar or it's going to be the dark elixir storage. She determines it's the mortar, and at this point, I'm going to pause it. That mortar is going to go down in one more shot, but the bad part is that Inferno Tower has locked on to my queen. Here is how you handle this. You want to make sure that you save your ability until you get right up next to that dark storage and that it is your next target. You want to make sure that you're engaging it basically with your ability and you're able to knock it out in the Royal Cloak ability, and that you're not back alive taking up shots, because after that Royal Cloak wears off, you're going to want to be ending your raid. Otherwise, that Inferno Tower is going to mess you up and your queen's not going to be ready for quite some time. Another trick is to make sure that you save your rage spells. Save them as long as possible unless you absolutely need it to keep your queen up. You want to make sure that you deploy those. Notice here, rage spell goes down, and I use my Royal Cloak ability when my queen gets low. Notice she's still really low, and the rage spell is doing nothing for my healers. They're not able to heal that queen as long as she's affected by that Inferno beam. So here goes the Royal Cloak ability, and notice the healers inside of rage heal her right up. The dark elixir storage is down. I've got 59% in the bag, and look at that. We end the raid, full health, all of the dark elixir in the bag. The only thing that we left up is the town hall, and as we talked about 600 dark elixir in that town hall, and we were able to walk away with 4,700 plus the bonus of roughly 650, 700. We walked away with well over 5,000 dark elixir for this raid. So let's go ahead and take a look at another Town Hall 10 raid. We're going to get all the elixir in that, or the dark elixir in that one too, but let's pay attention to the end and show you exactly why you want to make sure that you don't go for too much in the core and that you end your raid as soon as that Royal Cloak wears off. Alright, so in this base, I've paused it, and again, the first step is, can we get to the storage by approaching it from an angle that is only going to be affected by one Inferno Tower, and maybe even not even that. If we approach this one from the top right, you'll notice the queen can stand at like the top edge of that air defense and be in range of the dark storage, and not in range of the Inferno Tower. So this is a great candidate to approach that dark storage from the top. Now, you'll notice that one of the dark elixir drills, a maxed one, you can tell by the spike gold footing there. It's probably 3/4 of the way full, and it is above, the dark storage and on the way. So we can probably pick that one up with the queen on the way in. The next thing to check is where are the, where's the heroes? I don't see any hero issues because they are down. Look at, no, the queen is out front, but not going to be in range of the queen that's approaching. So she's not going to be an issue, and if she does approach, she's going to walk all the way out to stand by that mortar, and my queen will be able to take her out with no issues. So the queen shouldn't be a problem. The other thing that we're looking at, guys, is the other dark elixir drills. Notice they're on bottom. We're going to use our archers that we're bringing as our support troops to go ahead and trim some buildings to try to get us some percentage. But notice the buildings on the outside here are much better protected than the last raid, and we don't have as much free stuff to go after. But we're going to take the king and we're going to take the archers, and we're going to try to make a run at these drills on bottom to make sure that we don't leave any Dark Elixir behind. So we'll fast forward through the opening part here, just kind of slowly trimming our way in. Probably could have done it a little bit faster to be more efficient. But the archers on bottom are slowly chipping away at that, getting hit by mortars here and there. Have to deploy a little bit more than I would like, which is unfortunate. And then when I dropped my king here, I did miss target, and I dropped it on the builder hut there, and he's going to take a walk. So I know I got to rescue it with my archers. So I dropped basically all the ones that remain on the Dark Elixir drill. They're going to go ahead and pick that up. So all of that Dark Elixir is in the bag. I've gotten over 1,000 now from the 2 drills on the bottom. So really, really handy there. On top, I know, since I don't have any troops left to funnel, I've got to make sure that my queen goes in at the right angle. So I drop her just to the right of the point on the top center of this wall, and you're going to see her walk forward and basically head off to the right side of this base. Now watch this. So I drop a couple archers in there out of range to take care of those builder huts so the queen does not get distracted. But anyways, while they're working, the queen is coming right about now. There she goes. Just to the right of the center point. That way when she walks up, she's going to shade to that right side, just like so, and that is going to make her walk to the gold mine on the right rather than one on the left. So now, as she's kind of working her way through these buildings, I'm saving my ability. I do not want to use that ability yet. I do not want to use any rage spells yet. I want to wait till I'm further into this base. And as she's kind of walking down to the right now, I'm going to use some wall breakers to go ahead and break her into this compartment before that Dark Elixir pump went down. That is crucial. Now that that's down, she's able to approach those air defenses head on. Take those out pretty easily. Hop over to the other one. And you can see now that that queen is in range. My queen takes her out without issue. And then back to that air defense. And perfect jump spell goes down. So she can just hop the wall as needed here. She is now perfectly placed to go ahead and take out that Dark Elixir storage. Poison spell goes down for the Clan Castle troops. Everything's going good. The Dark Elixir storage is down. But here's the deal, guys. Notice my healers. They're enraged right now. My queen still has her ability left, and I made a stupid mistake here. I'm only at 42%. I don't have any archers because the funneling took too long on the bottom to get those drills down. So rather than go after some more percentage, I know to get the win here. I'm up in Masters 2, so I don't want to lose and throw trophies. I have to get that Town Hall down to go ahead and win the raid. I don't have any spells left to make that happen, so I keep going. Now I'm in range of the Inferno Tower, and I use the ability here, and I get distracted at the very end by a skeleton trap. I die, that's that, that's the end of the raid, and I end up losing. But I don't walk away empty-handed. Well, it looks like 4,000 Dark Elixir in hand as we finish up the raid on this Town Hall 10. I do lose my queen, though, so for efficiency, this was not a great raid, and that is why you want to make sure that you end your raid right when that Royal Cloak ends when you're in the core of a Town Hall 10. So hopefully, guys, this has been helpful. Absolutely killing it still, and you can attack Town Hall 10s as well. It doesn't matter if you're a Town Hall 9, 10, or 11. You want to do it the same way. The Inferno Towers will take you out if you go head-on against them. So definitely give this a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. If you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Take care, guys. This is Powerbang, signing out till next time. Right up the gut of this base, assuming that wall is open, and you'll notice we brought 3 wall breakers to make that happen.